Well, I don't know why, but every time I've been trying to make this episode, something has always been going wrong. I don't know why. Maybe there's something there that doesn't want me to do it. It's driving me nuts. Anyway, so I'm going to tell you the story of the ghost in the cellar. And again, I was living with my mom. We were living on Regina Avenue in the east end of Hamilton. I was laying down on the sofa in the basement. I was renting the basement from my mom because my mom didn't have a whole lot of money, so I thought I'd help her out. Well, I'm laying there, I'm trying to go to sleep, and I felt a tickle on my hand. I'm like, what in the world is that? So I didn't think nothing of it, I just wiped it off. Well, the next night it happened again. Something was tickling my hand. I opened my eyes halfway, just to peek, just to see what was on my hand. And I saw a spirit of a little boy. Well, after this, he didn't do it for about a week. And about a week later, he came back. But this time, instead of tickling my hand, it was like he was trying to grab my fingers. Like he wanted me to get up. So I get up, and he's pulling me up, and I walk into the bathroom. I have a little bathroom with a toilet and a sink down in the basement there for me. And he pulls me as far as the far wall in the bathroom, then he disappeared. But here's the really scary part. I come out of the bathroom, and what do you think I see in front of me? Like, for a basement, it had some pretty high ceilings. But I tell ya, I've never been so frightened in my life. Never. What do you think I saw? I saw a man hanging from the rafters in an army suit. I screamed. My mom came running down the stairs. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? But I screamed like somebody was murdering me. I was frightened. Well, I tell you, that is one of the most frightening experiences I've ever had in my life. I don't wish that on anybody. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I've never seen anything like that again, and I hope I never do, because that was just absolutely frightening. Well, before Google, like, this happened about 25 years ago. I used to go to the library for all my research. And I want to thank the lady who used to let me look at the maps and all the historical books from Hamilton. I appreciate it. I can't remember your name, but hi. Anyways, so I find out that where I was living was the beginning of where all the soldiers would gather for the Battle of Stony Creek, the battlefield house. But that's a different story altogether. I'll tell you about that again another time. Oh, I wish you guys would have been there. It was scary. Like, it was really scary. I wish I would have had my camera so I could have captured all of this. But back then, there was no such thing as digital cameras like we have today. And speaking of such, I do all my episodes from my camera because I can't afford any real cameras, and I can't afford to hire anybody to do stuff for me. But anyways, it is what it is. So, on with the story. So I never did find out what their names were. But what I did find out was back in the time of the War of 1812, some of the soldiers couldn't handle the thought of having to kill another human being. So they would rather die first. A lot of them committed suicide. I bet you a lot of you didn't know that. And as far as the little boy goes, I found out a year and a half later after I saw him that he had died in a house fire. Right there in that house. I know, he had to have been about maybe in between 2 and 4 years old. Not very big. Wow. It was pretty amazing, though. It was pretty amazing.